What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video we're going to be working on getting the body straight on the GTO. This thing has very minimal damage to the body other than, you know, the obvious front end damage that it had before. So there's just a couple of dents here and there. I'm gonna walk around the car and circle them all in like a Sharpie or something, just so I don't forget about a dent. You know, just inspect all the panels really well and make sure that I know that what damage is there. There are a few pieces that do have a good amount of damage, which isn't anything crazy, but basically the parts with the most damage are the parts that I actually had to install onto this thing. So this right hand fender is actually the worst part on the car. There was some pretty big dents right here and right here. I've already hammered them out. I do have like 2 more of those fenders, but the problem is they're all rusty on the bottom. So when I saw this fender at the junkyard, I knew that it had damage on top, but I looked at the bottom of it and it was really clean rust-wise, which for me is my main concern. I'd rather deal with a dent than have to deal with rust. I just hate rust. So I'm gonna have to cut a hole in the new fender that I got and you know, make sure that I can install that little indicator on this side as well, because you know, if it was an American thing, I'd gladly delete it, but since it is, you know, only a GTO feature, I gotta keep it. There are a few more dents on this thing, like these little headlight covers. There's some minor damage here. There's like a dent on this one. There's a little dent right there on that one. The hood looks to be completely dent free. And I know of a few dents on the doors, and as well as that clear peeling on the back of the car. So that's all gonna have to get sanded down and get primered and, you know, get prepped for paint. I'm probably not gonna go too, you know, I'm not gonna hit anything super gritty on this thing because the damage is so minor to this thing that I don't wanna get like, you know, 80 or, you know, 36, 60. I'm probably gonna stay like 150 grit and up, you know, to kind of prevent on the deep scratches so they don't show after I paint it. Because sometimes you paint it, primer it, sand it out, it's perfectly smooth, and then, you know, you let the car sit for a couple weeks, months, whatever, and then the primer starts to settle, the clear starts to settle, and you can see the bodywork scratches before that. So I'm gonna try to prevent that. All right, so it's finally time to start marking up all the dents on this thing. I do have to wash this glue off because there might be something hidden underneath that. But basically there's a bunch of, there's like little tiny rust bubbles I'm gonna have to clean up over there. There's something right here, something right here. Let's see, something right here, minor. There's a dent right here. There is a crease right there. And there's some minor stuff right here, but I'll probably just end up sanding and getting out. These 2 pieces, I think I'm gonna swap off of the white car, the part out. This one's got a crease down here, so maybe the other one's better. Here's a dent right here. There's that right over here on the quarter panel. Everything else looks okay. There's the obvious clear coat peel. Couple of scrapes, no dents. Dent down here. Actually goes higher. A few dents right here. That was actually from me. And then that stuff. And then there's obviously this. And I think that's it. So I'm really considering just removing this altogether, this antenna, and then just welding that hole shut, you know, bondoing it up. I think that would look a lot better and it would just be a nicer, cleaner look. But either way, I gotta pull this out. So I gotta get this interior trunk lining taken out and you know, to get to the little antenna. Okay, so I decided that I am gonna get rid of this antenna hole. So I cut out a little patch and I'm gonna weld it, but I'm gonna go slow, a little bit of weld, and then I'm gonna cool it down right away with a wet rag. This will keep the metal from warping, which I don't wanna have to do a bunch of body work after I weld it. All right, so look at this. This thing is almost ready for primer. I will still have to pull these. So this red piece that goes up here, these pillars, they actually come off. So I'm gonna pull both of those on both sides. On this side, I have to pull it for primer because I have to sand that out. That's a little spot where the clear coat's peeling the quarter panel. So basically, I was thinking that I was gonna have to cut out the rear glass because I didn't realize that this molding actually came out. So because I was able to pop that out, there's no reason to cut the glass out. I'll just tape it off over here and put the molding on. You know, there won't be any tape marks that, not gonna be an issue there. I might have to cut this glass out because I don't want to have a tape mark down here. And I think this glass is going to come out and this glass is going to come out. The door glass actually doesn't need to come out. The doors are basically all as stripped as they're going to get. So let's pop these covers off and then hopefully get it taped up real quick and get it primered. So one step closer. I think before I primer, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this glass out. I just don't wanna have to sand off these hard edges next to the windshield, so next to the glass. So I might as well just cut it off and then re-glue it back in once it's all painted and everything's done. Well, that's not good. Damn it. Fuck. Okay, so I gotta be careful. All right, well, this really sucks. I'm not gonna yank as hard on the other side, and I mean, I probably would have broke it either way. I didn't realize that this thing was bolted in and glued in. I figured the glue would have been enough for them, but there was a nut on it, so I think I would have broke it either way. I do have a spare on the part out car, so I'm not too worried about it. These things happen, so it's all right. We're just gonna keep pushing forward and, get this old Mitsubishi done. The reason why I went ahead and pulled everything apart is because for me it's going to be easier to tape it for primer. Now I can just lay a, tape in here, and I don't have to worry about sanding off that hard edge when I pull the tape off, because it's going to be underneath the glass. So that's just one less thing that I'm going to have to do later on. And I'm already going to have to be cutting off the windows. I was already planning on doing that, so might as well just get it done now instead of later. Okay, so let's get all these tools cleaned off of it and stuff, get some of this mess put away, and we're gonna start getting it ready. So I don't know what happened with the footage for the first coat of primer that I did, but here is me coming in after the car is already primered, and I'm gonna go ahead and sand the whole thing down again. So I'm sanding it with some 220 grit sandpaper and a hard block. This will get all the little minor, imperfections, dents, whatever. This should smooth everything out, and for the next coat of primer, I'm gonna primer it, and then we're gonna wet sand it right before we paint. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. So basically the GTO body wise is completely ready for primer, at least on the shell. There are like a million pieces of plastic that I still have to prep. I'm gonna try to piece something together between this car's parts, my white 3000 GT shell and my blue Dodge Stealth shell. As far as these little plastic pieces go, to where hopefully I won't have to actually do any body work. I could just sand them down and spray them with paint. But that's being optimistic, hoping that at least one of these cars has the right piece and it's not damaged. Probably in the next episode in this series on the GTO, we're probably going to be painting the shell at least. I am going to strip the doors off of it, strip the hatch off of it. It's going to be just essentially like a bare shell. Now I'm not going to pull the interior out, there's no reason to do that, but it will be bare as far as where the exterior paint goes. So the door jams, the trunk jam, it's all going to be prepped and painted all in one swoop, so we won't have any tape marks. It should be pretty like a quality job is what I'm going for. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos on the GTO, as well as summer's coming up, so I'm gonna try to get the Eclipse out, get some content with that thing. Let me know if you guys are interested in anything about my 2G Eclipse. If not, I'll just probably just do some short little videos on it. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe to the channel, share this channel and videos with your friends, and leave us a like. Thank you guys. Peace.